Hey. Oh, hey, howdy, partners. How you doing? So, I'm glad that you're here because you're just in time for my roundup. That's the sheep roundup for Math 3. So, this was a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, that I caught some sheep for my house. And I'll show you their new sheep pen, but this is me catching them.
No.
That's hysterical.
Now you have to catch it again.
So close.
I don't know which one it is.
That one. That's the one I want right there. Get it, pizza. Get it. I'm gonna get it. Catch.
This is vicious. Oh, he's got it. Aww.
Do it again, Schmitzer.
Aww.
He's just tired.
Look at it.
Tired.
So then, at the end of this video, I'll show you what happened after that. So we're helping you on properties of logs, and we already did about 12 other problems. 12 other problems that you were already watched with me at other video. And so we'll run through a few of these too and do some more of the ones that you didn't quite understand. So these ones are a review of the ones we already learned. So again, when they want you to write an exponential form, you just do the E. You do 2, what comes next? 6, so 2 to the 6th power equals 64, which is a true statement. Awesome. You're going to notice on my thing there I use a caret symbol sometimes, especially when grading in Canvas. That's what 2 to the 6th power means, is a little caret symbol there. It's the only way they let us type it in there. And then going back to logarithmic, that uses the same kind of idea. It's an L shape. So the base is 2, so we keep our base of 2. And then to the solution, which is 32, because 2 to the 5th power is 32. And then equals the exponent, which is 5. And so that's the answer you're going to look for on number 4. And I try to use a parentheses, or maybe write the word base, which you'll see later on. Okay, then we get to number 7, 8, 9, 10. And so the easiest way to do these is to set it equal to 0, and then you can either use your calculator, or you can simply guess and check. And several ways to use your calculator too, depending on what kind of calculator you have. So this is 2 to the x power equals 8. So 2 to the x power equals 8. So 2 times something equals 8. Well, 2 times 1 is just 2. 2 times 2 is 4. But 2 times 2 times 2, so 2 to the 3rd power, that equals 8. Nice. So that means that x is equal to 3 for number 7. X equals 3. Nice, there's our answer. You can also use your graphing calculator. So kind of like I showed you in the other video. So you can also use regular calculators as well. But when you use other calculators, you don't have the log base feature. So I'll show you on a regular calculator as well. And it just means you have to use the change of base, basically. So those are the two things that we're going to be showing you right now. So for example, this one, if you're going to use the regular calculator, you'd use the change of base formula, which means that instead of using log base 8, you would now use log base 10 of 64, which is just the log button, as well as, if it lets me, wow, give me a second. Okay, so this is standard. Probably going to have to use scientific, because you at least need the log button. There we go, you just need that log button there. Awesome. Okay, so then it's log base 10 64, and then log base 10 8. So we're taking the 64 and the 8 and put them at the end of log base 10, log base 10. And then we're going to do a division symbol. So this is going to become log base 10. Remember you said equal to x first, all these said equal to x first. So log base 10, 64. So instead of log base 8, 64, it's going to be log base 10, 64 divided by log base 10, 8. And so this is the change base formula, which puts them both on the same playing field and helps you to be able to use a regular calculator like your phone or maybe just a function on the calculator. So we're going to do 64 log, so that's 1.806. 1.806, good. Divided by log base 10, so log 8. So divided by, and then we're going to do log of 8. And I don't think that worked. Let's try that again. Let me see, backspace. Okay, so again, we're going to do 64, we're going to do log of that, divided by 8, but log of 8. And we push equals, and that gives us 2. Nice, 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 nice. And so that's going to give us our answer. I didn't write down that was, but it does equal 2 is what happens there as our answer. Again, let's try 8, log of 8. So that's 0.903. Now the problem is we've kind of rounded too soon there, but it should be pretty close. 1.806 divided by 0.903. And so, yep, still gives us 2. Still gives us 2. And so if you think about it, exponentially that is true because 8 to the x power equals 64. 8 to the x power equals 64. Well, 8 squared. 8 to the second power equals 64. So that's why true is correct. So is that kind of making sense for you there? If you have a graphing calculator at home you could use, then I highly recommend that you use the math button. You go upwards or downwards till you get to option A, which is log base. Push enter. And then it lets you just put it right in there. So log base 6 of 216 is 3. And so then we have 3 because we just plugged that right into our calculator and got our answer. So that's pretty fast and easy for, even though there's quite a few of these problems here, they go pretty fast and easy just using your calculator. Make sure you set them all equal to x, and then you work those out, either doing exponential form or just using your calculator like I just showed you above. Rewatch this video again and again until you understand how to use your calculator to get these answers, right? So like this one, you could do log of 3 divided by log of 9 using the base 10. Okay, now just doing a couple more of these. These ones actually aren't too bad, but these ones over here get a little tricky down here. So again, writing in exponential form. So now it's actually x to the third power equals 64. And so, because that's x to the third power equals 64. So you'd actually have to cube root both sides. And so that means that something times something times something is 64. You can use your calculator, but it's going to be 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So using your calculator, you'd have to use like the square root. It's not as easy on these scientific calculators. It is possible though, but it doesn't jump right off the bat to me. Definitely using our calculator, you can go to the math button, and it's actually option 4 is the cube root, and so the cube root of 64 is just 4, and so we get a triplet, but only one of them comes out, so just 4. So that's your answer, number 24. So help you in lots of these problems. Try some of them out on your own. X to the -1 power equals 8. Well, x to the -1 is the same as just 1 over x to the +1, because it just flips it, remember? And how can that equal 8? Well, I guess that's crazy, huh? You'd have to switch a roozy. So times by x over to here, and divide by 8 down here. So you get 1/8. X equals 1/8 as your answer. I think in my canvas it'll look like that, 1/8, for number 25. Awesome. So try number 23 on your own there, see if you can figure that tougher one out, and give all these a try. Okay, so now expanding, we already did 26, 27, 28 on my last video. So if you haven't watched it, watch that last video. But now, let's see here. So our answer to this one, so I don't know if I actually wrote it out in the last video, so let me write it on this one right up here. So it turns out that log multiplication becomes expanded log addition. So that's something that I wanted to kind of write down there for your notes. The last video wasn't expecting you to be at home, so I wrote these notes in class, but this will help you as well at home. So log multiplication becomes expanded log addition, and log division, of course. We put that down here. And log division becomes expanded log subtraction, right? So that's what you learned kind of in that last video. And so you learned in that last video that Kermit the Frog here, let's see your screen, that this is a times symbol, multiplication. So those two are being multiplied. So we're going to expand it, right? So then you get log base 6, 3, and then multiplication becomes addition, and then you get plus log base 6x. Now I was trying to figure out for the life of me how to get this onto Canvas answer, and so I ended up doing this, base 6, 3, right, base 6, 3, plus, and then log base 6, x. And so that's the answer you're looking for, and so try to get used to that format to actually get our answer there, okay? So definitely email me if you have questions, but give it a try. It should match up even if you just see the 6 and the 3. Log base 6, 3, log base 6x, makes sense. There's not an X or a 5 or a 2 in there, so choose this answer, multiple choice, number 26 for Canvas. Cool. Okay, so there's 29 and 30. The x times the y becomes an x plus the y, and then divided becomes subtraction. So x plus y minus 3. Log base 4, log base 4, log base 4. Log base 3, log base 3, log base 3. Remember that the 2 goes in front, so 2, then the x, and then the y, and then the z. So this one verbally would be log base 5, 2, plus, because it's multiplication, so it becomes plus, log base 5x. Nice. So in our answer key on Canvas, it's going to look like this, because I couldn't really get a base small number next to the log. So I had to write the whole thing out, base 3. Y plus log base 3z. So hopefully that makes more sense. I'm showing these on this video here. Awesome. We did 32 and 33 on the video, and 39. Number 38, thanks Tanner. So I had an error that was like S, but it's really supposed to be the number 2. Base 2, they match. So when we're condensing now, we're going the other way. And so this problem has a subtraction symbol. And so what does subtraction become? Division. So maybe we could write that out as well. You're going to see a properties of log number 2. And so you definitely need to know how to do this, because you're going to see this again on the next assignment. Or assignment after that, rather. Okay, so then log subtraction, which is expanded, becomes log division condensed. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. And then the other way around is log addition then, which is expanded, becomes log multiplication condensed. So like over here, we'll get 39 again. So we had the 3 comes in front, so exponential actually also becomes, I didn't really say that in the last video, but well, I did, I just said it verbally. So then log condensed multiplication, or expanded multiplication, becomes exponential condensed. So that just means that the 3, so that just means that this 3 comes in front of the 2. So we have 2 to the 3rd power, remember that? Which is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Cool. And then addition, condensed, becomes multiplication. Nice. And then subtraction, of course, again, subtraction becomes division. Subtraction becomes division for logarithms. And I think I had some proof in my last video, so definitely watch that over again. If you don't remember how that works with our log properties, we'll do a properties number 2 assignment to really get our handle on it. Cool. So just to help you on another one there, let's maybe take a look at number 37. So 37 has addition. First, we have multiplication going on, which needs to become an exponent here. So that goes away. So then we have addition going on. Both, remember how, notice they all have the same base. So they all have the same base for us to be able to do this. Okay, so log base 3. So we're going to do 4 plus, and then the 2 came up here. So 4 plus x squared becomes 4 times x squared, right? Nice. And then we're going to go to subtraction, then becomes division. And then log base 3, 5. So then 5 would go on the bottom. Now I made a mistake there. I'm going to go and erase this because this is actually needs to go to there. Does that make sense? Kind of. So there's only one log is what we're doing now. Just one log. Just one log. All 3 of those logs just turn into the one condensed log, right? One condensed log there. Okay, so our answer is log base 3, 4 times x squared divided by 5. And so that is our big answer there. Log base 3, 4x squared divided by 5. And so when I had to do that on the Canvas, for those of you that are still using Canvas learning at home right now, so I had to do log, then I had to do base 3, base 3, and then I did, I don't know if I did in parentheses or not, maybe not, but I did 4x, remember that the caret symbol means squared, and then I did divided by 5. So look for that on our Canvas answer key, right? Look for that answer, because that's the same as this. Cool. Okay, last but not least, we're going to jump over to condensing and solving, which we already helped you with number 45 last time. Here's 42 to help you if you need help there. We condensed it, subtraction became division. So 5 subtract x is 5 divided by x. So log base 3, 5 over x, equals log base 3, 2. And then we learned that you can base 3 both sides, and that gets rid of the log 3's. So then you're just 5 over x equals 2. And then to solve for 5 over x equals 2, we went ahead and times the x to this side and divided 2 to this side. So we get 5 halves, or 2.5, as our answer, number 42. We'll show you this again on number 40. Number 40 is actually pretty easy, but we'll show it to you. So basically, you want to, what does it say? You want to condense first the left side. So that means that the 2 is going to go up here and make that 3 squared. And so 3 squared is 9. And this is actually really easy because log base 4, 3 squared is 9, is equal to log base 4x. Well, that's silly because what do you need it to be x? Well, you just need it to be a 9. Because if x equals 9, then they equal each other. What? So x just equals 9. Yeah, so that was pretty easy, was that one. And you could get rid of your logs and just x equals 9. Okay, let's condense this one. So now we're going to do just one log, so log base 10. And then x plus 3 becomes x times 3, which is just x times 3, or 3 times x, equals log base 10, 12. And now what we're going to teach you is that if you base 10, a big fat number, base 10, both sides, raise everything to the exponential power, then the log base 10 will just go away. And you're just left with 3x equals 12. And so 3 times x equals 12. Well, just what's x going to be? 3 times what is 12? 3 times 4 is 12. If you don't like that, just divide by 3 then, because it's being multiplied. So divide by 3, solve for x. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. Nice. So now you have lots of help on this assignment, lots of answers to help you, not as many problems to do now. So thanks again for watching. Thanks again for watching. And then here is part 2 of our sheepy sheep, as I promised you. And so I caught the sheep.
I'm probably large enough you could pick it
There
up.
we go.
Aww.
I've got my sheep now. I've got my baby. Hello, this is a special friend of ours.
What are you going to call her?
What should we call her, Sarah? How about Sarah? After my daughter. Sarah the sheep. Sarah the sheep.
Or it's playing dead. It's like, I'm gone. Don't
Nice
touch
movie.
me.
I'm dead. I'm fake. So there you go. Thanks for watching, you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Thanks for watching Learn at Home. Thanks for watching. Peace out.